Hey guys, so heightened synchronicity surrounding contact. So I just had a load of synchronicity. I thought I'd make this video. I was actually going to add it to the list and do it tomorrow, but I just had a load of synchronicity, so I thought I'd got to do it now. So follow the signs, guys. Learn to spot the synchronicities. So I'll talk a little bit about what synchronicity is now, but I'll just tell you about the synchronicities I've just had while I remember them. So I was stood here. I just recorded loads of videos, like the last few videos you've seen. I just recorded just now, and I heard the crickets. Can you hear them? Hello, crickets. We're making a video for YouTube. Good day, crickets. Hello, we are the crickets. You can channel anything, guys. So I heard the crickets, and the sound of crickets. I've heard it say before that crickets sounds are connected to contact. If you hear there's crickets about going prr, 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 nothing like that, as you heard. I hope it picked it up on the video. It means contact is imminent. Not all the time, obviously, because you hear crickets. But crickets are connected to the idea of extraterrestrial contact. So I just noticed there's a bruise on my arm. I wonder if I got abducted last night. So, and just after I thought about like how there's these stories about crickets, like, because crickets are very high vibrational. If you're sensitive to energy, you'll sense how, but like being around crickets is a really pleasant vibrational place to be in. And so right after thinking about like how cricket synchronicity is connected to ET contact, it reminded me of owl synchronicity and how owls are connected to contact. In my 2018 Facebook live stream where the Yahyel showed up on camera, I just finished relaying my 2018 physical contact experience, which occurred 12 days earlier, and I told the story about it, and then the Yahyel flashed during the Facebook live stream. You can see it in the Facebook live stream from, if you go to my Facebook account and go Jonathan Trinity Martin and go to September the 23rd 2018, you'll see my live stream video where the Yahyel show up during the live stream and flashes loads of times on camera, brum, 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 about 5 times. And just as I see the first flash, it actually appeared right at the start of the video. There was 2 ships going over, but a bit later in the video, when I see the first flash, I was like, guys, I just saw something in the live stream. And just as I say that, all these owls go, and it's well known that owl synchronicity is connected to extraterrestrial contact. And so anyway, so I was just thinking about this, and just as I thought, I literally heard an owl hoot over there, guys. So maybe we take a walk up there in a few minutes, see if the owl will hoot again for us. That'd be cool. So I couldn't believe it. I mean, in the middle of the daytime, I haven't heard an owl hoot in ages. I've been out of the country. I've been back in the UK for like 3 months, but about now, I think, something like that. And May, June, July, August, yeah, about coming up for 3 months, not quite. And I don't think I've heard an owl like in years, like certainly not like the British owls. I haven't heard an owl since I've been back, and I don't think, and certainly not heard it in the daytime. And I haven't heard it at all. But like to hear in the daytime, it's like pretty rare to hear an owl. So there's the synchronicity. Just as I thought about making a video about owl synchronicity and owl hoots, so I thought I've got to make it now, haven't I? Obviously. So also, as this video started, it was 3:33 p.m. So this is all about synchronicity surrounding extraterrestrial contact. And this first experience I had on September the 18th, 2009, that I've quoted a few times in this series. And this is where 33 days of contact comes from, obviously. 3 is the number connected to the ETs, and I have all this crazy 33 synchronicity. And so I had this first awakening stroke contact experience on massive spiritual awakening and contact experience. I don't remember, but I had the telepathic communication 2 days after. I think that was my last video or the one before. And so this occurred on September the 21st, the equinox of 2009. And it happened like almost to this on the same equinox, like the same equinox 9 years later. 333-9 was when I did the Facebook live stream with the owls hooting, and after I had the physical contact 12 days earlier, but I just realized 12 is a 3 in number symbolism, because you always add up 2 and 1 and break it down into the lowest single digit number, unless it's 11, which is a master number. So 2 and 1 is 3, so 12 days after, so there's another 3. And so when I had the original experience on September the 21st 2009, it was exactly 3 days after my 33rd birthday. So my 33rd birthday was September 18th 2009. There's a bird of prey up there as well. Does that count synchronicity? Pretty much. And so I had this contact circle awakening experience, my first real spiritual awakening, major spiritual awakening, and where I had the contact experience 2 days later, maybe 3 days later, who knows. And so this was September 21st 2009, which is 3 days after my 33rd birthday, and it was the third day of my 33rd birthday celebration, where I'd been to Amsterdam for the weekend, smoking the wacky backy over in Amsterdam, and then came back to the UK, and then had this profound spiritual experience. And I later discovered that 33rd birthday, where this occurred on September the 18th 2009, was exactly 3 years, 3 months and 3 days before the amazing December the 21st 2012 date, which was the end of the Mayan calendar, when everyone thought the world was going to end. Remember that they made that video called what was it called? But they made a video about it where they thought the world was going to end. Was it? It was called 2012, wasn't it? Yeah, the video 2012. Like, because everyone said like, oh, the world's going to end on December the 21st, 2012. I was saying it's going to be a big shift of consciousness. I wasn't making videos back then. I don't think. No, I wasn't making videos back then, so it's not public. 2 birds of prey up there now. Can we see 3? And so yeah, so this birthday weekend, September the 18th 2009, was exactly, and it was 3 days after my 33rd birthday that I had the on the September the 21st, the equinox, when I had the contact awakening experience. I discovered that birthday on September the 18th 2009 was exactly 3 years, 3 months and 3 days, you can work this out yourself, prior to December the 21st 2012, which was the fabled like Mayan calendar date that Bashar said was the big shift point, where we shift from the lowest point of humanity, and now we're on an upward cycle, a 12,600 I believe year cycle of rising consciousness, and that's why everyone's becoming more spiritual and more interested now. It wasn't the end of the world, it was the end of the old world, it was the end of the 3D and the beginning. It was the tipping point where humanity's consciousness goes from overall negatively oriented, like warring, selfish, crazy humans, to overall positively oriented. This was December the 21st 2012. And so I actually watched, so I remember a few months later I watched the Avatar movie, which I was convinced was a movie about me, because after I had this awakening experience, every time I went back to the forest, I'd go back into my higher self, and I'd go back into this bliss and euphoria. Then I'd have to go back into physical reality and be all down, you know, in the first Avatar movie where he's in like bliss and heaven when he's in his avatar body, and then when he goes back to his old job, he's like in his wheelchair and he's really depressed and really sad. That was me. I really felt like it was a reflection of me. I felt like the whole movie was about me when I watched it. It was insane, honestly. When you understand how we create our own reality, and how everything is a reflection of us, it's actually true, because everything is just you and everything is about you, because this is your dream, this is your reality. And so I recently found out, just a few months ago, when the end of last year, when they were announcing the new Avatar movie, which was it was cool, but it's kind of a letdown. It wasn't epic like the first, was it? But I discovered that Avatar movie that I felt was about me, sounds a bit egotistical, doesn't it, came out exactly on December the 18th, which is exactly 3 months after the experience. And so there's more stuff as well I can't think of at the minute, but this number 3 just comes out again and again and again in my reality. Like, it's insane the amount of number synchronicity is connected, and synchronicity in general. And so around contact experiences, synchronicity is very highly heightened. You have a lot of synchronicity, can go insane around contact experiences. Like, everything becomes a great big synchronicity. I remember one time where I had this sighting, like over there in a place called Dunstan, but I don't know, about 6 miles as the crow flies from here. I bumped into a friend 3 times in one day. And I bumped into him in the village in the morning. Then I bumped him into the city on my lunch break when I was working as a gardener. And I bumped into him again in the evening in the village. And I noticed it as synchronicity. Like, if something happens 3 times, I recognize that. And I'm like, dude, maybe we should hang out this evening, because I don't know if I told him, but like it was on my mind. Like, dude, this is synchronicity. This is not an accident. Maybe we should hang out later. And like, we ended up going out and hanging out in the hills, and I said to him, like, I think we might have a ship sighting today. So we went down a little bit lower, around this little bit of woodland, around this picnic site, and lo and behold, the ship's turned up. Like, there's this blue flashing light in the sky, and my friend witnessed this, like, during the experience when it started flashing us. He said he got down on his hands and knees and put his hands on the ground, and he told me afterwards that he felt like he needed to earth, which of course is grounding. It's called grounding. It's grounding of energy, which is very common in spiritual circles, which he knows nothing about, as I understand, because he's not into this stuff. He has sensed, he doesn't like to talk about the experience. He's not really into this stuff. I've mentioned it, like, in front of people, and I say, you saw that, you saw, I always said his name, I shouldn't do that. I said, you see this, didn't you? And he's like, I saw something. He doesn't like to talk about it. But he definitely saw it, and he definitely experienced. And during the experience, I actually asked him 3 times, do you feel that energy? And I knew he'd deny it afterwards. I knew he wouldn't want to talk about it afterwards. So I asked him 3 times while it was happening. I said, do you feel that energy? And he said, yes. I said, do you feel that energy? And he said, yes. And I said, do you feel that energy? And he said, yes. And he doesn't like to talk about it. Now, I understand that, like, no one wants to look like a crazy ufologist, because, well, the stigma surrounding it. And another, talking about like this synchronicity, when I had like my major contact experience in 2018, when I went on the Yaryel ship and they dropped me back off in the forest, and I had missing time, but I knew something had happened, because all of a sudden, from it being dead silent in the forest to me having my like head down, looking in this bush, having this enlightenment experience, being dead quiet, all of a sudden I'm stood in this prone position. The lighting's all changed. I now know I was in a different part of the forest, or fairly sure, because I popped out in a different place in the path, the other side of the path. The lighting's all changed, the sun is shining in my face, and it's gone from dead silent to now there's military jets all swarming around my head, completely deafening, like circling me, coming back down on my location. I feel like there was like a radar plane or something there as well. And after that experience, I went Facebook Live every day, because my energies, my frequency was through the roof. I was in fourth density. I was in like 5D consciousness, and I would just go out every day and go hiking and do Facebook live streaming, because I was kind of in a bliss state for like weeks afterwards. And I had Facebook Live every day, just processing what happened, processing this physical contact experience, where I met the 2.5 foot tall ladybug being and the Mayan with the glass space helmet on, with the flange on, with the bolts going through it, with the rivets going through it, and the Yaryel counterpart with the towel over his head. And so like, I was processing this. I was making Facebook live streams every day, and like just hiking for miles. One day I like hiked like 30 miles in one day. I just had all this energy in me. I eventually got exhausted from all the hiking, because I was like running on 4D, 5D energy, and I realized I still do need physical rest. And so like one day I remember, like, I ended up at church, Bardney Church, which was not too far away from where I had this experience. And like, I found all these stories about how Bardney Church was the church of the military base nearby, which is RAF Coningsby, and Marham Le Fen, where all the military jets are stationed. And like the Eurofighter Typhoons, like they're our military's official most advanced aircraft, or at least they were at the time. I'm not up to get to date with like our latest military jets, but I think they're still our most advanced jets officially. They're stationed like just a few miles away from where I had my contact experience, very synchronistically, so it wasn't too far for them to fly. Sorry guys, when I have frequency there. and I ended up at the church that they all go to, and they're saying, and they got all the history of World War II and how like these fighter jets were stationed there. And I wondered if it was all synchronicity, because it was also talking about, I think, Marham Le Fen, where like the Tornadoes are now stationed, where the the last generation of most high quality fighters that used to be at RAF Coningsby, I moved away, and I was like, whoa, I think this is synchronicity. And when I came out of the church, like they were flying over, they flew over the church as I came out, literally. I came out, and like, and these jets that I'm fairly certain were the jets that because I think they were patrolling the area, because they'd obviously picked up the Yaryel ship on radar. And so I kept seeing them every time I went out. Like I'd go hiking and they'd end up over my head again. And I remember there was also this like AWAC, like the radar plane. I kept seeing that. I kept syncing up with that. So I don't know if like maybe that, because I couldn't see the planes because it was cloud cover and forest cover, but I could sure as heck hear them. And it sounded like military jets plus a radar plane. So I wondered if this AWAC was the radar plane. And like this synchronicity, like it just goes on. It's insane, guys. Like you just realize that reality is an illusion and it's all created within your consciousness when you have these contact experiences. Because like people will just turn up. Like you'll think about someone and they're there. You'll think about a book and it'll just appear. Like you'll talk about owls hooting and they just tweet. So that's it, guys. I don't think the owl's going to toot for us again. I think I've scared him to death with all the shouting. Peace, love, light, and Shivai.